with the acquisition and with such a focus on acquisition, you can kind of make it so easy to sign up as well as to unsubscribe, that you're adversely affecting churn rate. Even though, you're getting high subscription amounts, you make it easy. But, how does that, companies want to make it easy. They want to make a great customer experience. They want it seamless, all that stuff. But like, what should they be thinking through that, if you make it too easy to sign up and maybe even too easy to unsubscribe, you're adversely affecting not only the customer, but your churn rates.
So that's a really good point. And we definitely see this within our data, looking across all of our $1 billion worth of subscriptions. So we're starting to get a really healthy data set to start looking into these things.
Yeah.
And generally what we see is about as much time as somebody takes into buying your product, they're going to spend about the same amount of time when it comes to cancel. So if they saw your product and, let's say you offer like a $19 subscription that helps social media creators schedule their content. Well, if they spent, seconds thinking about whether or not they should start a trial and activate, they're going to spend about the same amount of time when they're trying to decide 4 months from now, when they get their credit card bill in the mail and then they think back to have they been using you, they're going to use about the same amount of time. That's why, if B2B has such a low churn rate, it's because multiple decision makers are usually talking to each other. There's usually, if there's a meeting about whether or not you should buy something, there's usually going to be a meeting on whether or not you should cancel it. So I think that's a really nice way to think about where you should be in kind of the expected band of churn. And again, that goes back to your pricing and your sign up process and kind of how that works. And so there's nothing wrong with having really easy onboarding. You just have to expect that a certain amount of customers are also going to be trying to cancel later, and there's going to be more quick decision making on the cancellation side of things. So that's where the cancellation experience really is important, because if you just have a cancel button or you make them email support, then they've already decided they email support and there's really no saving them after that point. But if you can catch them, and we talk a lot about within the cancellation process, the psychology of people canceling. If somebody's making a just gut level decision, like you said, like I said, they see their credit card statement, they think, oh, I haven't used that social media scheduling tool in 2 months, I'm going to cancel it. Right. They're not thinking, they're just reacting. And you have to interrupt that process and try to explain to them, hey, there's other options here. Are you sure you want to cancel? Think about all the value that you had initially signed up for that you wanted to get. So there's a lot of ways to craft that cancellation experience to help interrupt that cancellation pattern. But then kind of going all the way back to your point, we do see another issue with this if there's a mismatch on how easy it is to sign up versus how easy it is to cancel. Let's say it's really easy to sign up, but really hard to cancel. Like you have to pick up the phone. People get really frustrated when these experiences are different. And that's where chargebacks and refunds come in, which Stripe does not like chargeback from banks. They will penalize you so fast. I'm sorry, I should say most payment processors, really, including Stripe, really keep an eye on that. So that's one of the dangers of adding friction to the cancellation process unnecessarily.